Hey y'all, it is June the 24th, 2018. I thought I would share this here video with you. Um, just a small example of many examples that we've been overwhelmed with of people on what used to be called the mainstream media acting a damn fool and stuff. You know, they're not really making any sense, right? And they're talking all sort of gibberish. They're unnatural with their behaviors, and we're going to point that out. And this is only one example of many examples, right? Without further ado.
Good morning to you. So the shocking news you're waking up to is that a teenager has been arrested after a shooting at a Florida school. 17 people have died.
This is tragic. These people are bringing you the news and stuff like this. Notice how it's very formulaic. All right, they act a certain way. Look at this man over here. He ain't even saying nothing, but he's making sure to fold his hands and take a deep breath and look longingly into our eyes and stuff. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe to express the gravity of the situation, how much he feels very emotionally tied to this situation. Maybe that's what he's trying to express as this lady begins to talk about a situation that we've been covering for months and months now. All right, she's about to explain the breaking news.
Many more have been injured.
The attack happened near Florida's east coast in the city of Parkland at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Police have identified the suspected shooter as 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz, and it's thought that he was previously expelled for disciplinary reasons. Lawrence,
I want you to listen to this guy, man. You know, it sounds like he's reading because he is reading. It's from a teleprompter. It's all unnatural, but you can notice how he tries to distort his voice in certain ways to make things dramatic, to emphasize certain key notes that he wants to express enthusiasm on and what he's talking about. However, these aren't his words. All right, that's what people are so tired of. That's why the mainstream media has gone by the wayside. All right, it's a damn joke, and it always was a joke. The thing is, he's trying to sound like he's intellectual, number one, and he's trying to sound also like he's invested in this situation, which he's not at all. He's perpetrating that, basically. These people are perpetrating it. The classic examples of probably narcissists, right? And I'm saying that allegedly. I don't know that they're narcissists, but they're acting very narcissistic at their job. It's really kind of disgusting. Basically, they're just reading lines off a teleprompter. They ain't talking to each other. They ain't discussing. This information is very serious, but they're not discussing it openly in front of the camera. No, they're reading at a teleprompter, and they do it very formulaically. All right, you know, it's something they don't even skip a breath in between each other talking. They just switch off because they got it down to the science. You can tell they're not even really thinking about this situation. All right, that's why a lot of people went away from this mainstream media and stuff, because they want to know what people are actually thinking, right? The words that people are actually thinking about going through their heads. And they know that these people, they're just reading words. That's all they're doing. Not only are they reading words, but they're patronizing. They're looking longingly into the camera like, oh, I'm upset about this, right? You should be upset about this too. It's like, dude, all you're doing is reading from a teleprompter, right? You know nothing about this situation. Looking all emotional. Not only that, somebody done brushed your hair, right? Somebody put on makeup all on you. Somebody sprayed a little spray on you to make it smell fresh and stuff like that. These people all try to, I mean, you live a narcissistic lifestyle, man. Oh, it's because of the cameras and stuff. We got to put on makeup and stuff, man. Y'all just like being pampered and weird narcissistic things, all right? And that's what they're doing during this whole situation, all right? We're going to continue watching this video. And this is just one, I mean, this isn't groundbreaking. All right, this isn't earth-shattering information. This is just what's carried on over and over and over, formulaically, all over the place. And it is absurd. It is disingenuous. All right, it is insincere. It is narcissistic. Right out in the open. I mean, anyways, the video.
Savan is in LA. Lauren, what more do we know as we speak?
Well, we know that 17 families are in mourning. We know this shooting this shooting is among the 10 dead.
This lady can't even speak, all right? That's another sign of someone who doesn't not even really know what they're talking about, did not even really know what they were going to say, might really be kind of fudging stuff up. So we're going to take it back a little bit and see what this lady is trying to say.
This shooting this shooting is among the 10 deadliest in modern U.S. history. And we know that the weapon...
All right, I don't even know what that means. Among the 10 deadliest in modern U.S. history. I don't know what modern U.S. history even is. All right? But she's saying it's among the 10 most deadliest, all right? She might be not lying about that. Maybe she's telling the truth about that. If that is so, doesn't that mean that this is a very serious situation? It's kind of what's being implied by y'all. A very serious situation. Meanwhile, months and months and months later, nobody wants to get really to the evidence. They all want to talk about hearsay and this and that. Nobody in the world has pointed at Nick Cruz and said they saw him shooting anybody that day. Still, all right. There's no witnesses, like I said. There's no motivation. There's no nothing. There's no evidence. But all right. All that being said, these people want to make it look serious, but they're not really being very serious about it. Like I said, they can't even get on camera unless they got makeup plastered on their face. They talk in a certain kind of way. Like if I read a book to you, I would sound very much like they talk, because that's what they're doing. They're reading off teleprompter. That's why people hate it, all right? And it's like, when you think you're going to get anywhere near justice, messing around with these people, associating with these people are good for nothing except for rattling off some sentences that say on the teleprompter, and that's about it. They'll give us a little bit of information. Who knows if they're lying, or if they even know if they're lying? Who even knows, right? But they're completely fake and disgusting. They have a lot to say, man. They usually have a lot to say that they think is worth listening to, so we're going to go ahead and listen to the rest of this.
Used by this shooter was used in the Vegas shooting. It was used in the church shooting in Texas. It was used in the Orlando nightclub shooting. It was also used in the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, the AR-15.
All right, she was talking about, and this was on the day of, she was talking about, oh, this is the gun. This is the gun that does it. And she lists all these situations, right? And in order to kind of group them together. Why? Because an AR-15 was used in these situations. That's why she does it. Meanwhile, she doesn't even bring up, because why would she? The fact is, most of those situations are highly disputed anyways as to what happened. A lot of people don't believe them. Right? So it's weird how she grouped all those together. It's kind of funny because a lot of people don't believe this situation. It's kind of coincidental that she grouped all that together, because there's a lot of people who don't believe in all those situations, right? Right, but she's saying, oh man, that big bad gun, oh, this big bad gun did it. How do you know what gun did it? Number one. And number two, y'all can't even get together, right? And at the end of the day, this is what the sentiment is: coming together, coming to the table and discussing like human, civilized people, how to get to solutions and resolutions. Right? A lot of these people can't even come together on whether or not they want to ban certain kind of guns like the AR-15 or every gun. They cannot even agree on that at all. When they say, man, we got some common sense solutions, we got these programs we want to implement, notice that, they'll never be able to describe to you what the program is at all, or the legislation that they want to put through. They can't describe it to you at all without sounding absurd. All right, because none of it makes sense. All right, they cannot come to the table, so they don't. Instead, what they do is they chant, and they do rallies and stuff for peace. And I hope that it creates peace. But the thing is, they're doing rallies, and sometimes they're playing dead on the grocery store floor. It has gotten that weird, all right, and it's only going to continue to get weirder. All right, because people have to buy into certain kind of lies. And like I said, the sentiment is these people cannot come to the table. I mean, we're all going to disagree. God bless us, I mean, we should bless God. But the thing is, we're all going to disagree about certain things. All right? Because we have different perspectives. Right? But at the same time, we can all come to the table and discuss what we know and the evidence we've been given and share. And figure out just exactly what happened that day. All right? And what kind of justice should be served. But we can't do that with a lack of evidence, can we? All right? And that's what we got. Anyways, we're all in the tribulation. I would love to hear y'all comments. I know a lot of people are going the same way and leaning that direction. As in, this whole thing is a sham and ridiculous, and we want to see evidence. All right, I know a lot of y'all are out there. I mean, let me just assure y'all, a lot of y'all are out there, dude. A lot of y'all. All right, y'all are everywhere. All sort of people ain't believing in this, all right? We want to know the truth irregardless, all right? Even if people think we can't handle it, we want to know, and that's why we're here. Stuff I appreciate all y'all. I'll holler at y'all a little bit later. It's June the 24th, 2018.